Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. My name is Anthony. I appreciate you joining me for this live stream. Today, guys, what we're going to be doing is going over some cards that are in a CSG bulk group submission. For those of you guys that don't know, I do as in I do group submissions for sports cards on a monthly basis. We were doing SGC and GMA pretty regularly. Once prices shot up, we moved over to CSG and Beckett. So those are the ones I've been running monthly as of right now. So the one we're going to kind of go through today are the cards for the CSG one, because that is shipping tomorrow because their prices raise on Wednesday. So got to get all of the cards processed. I'm going to get them all entered, and then that way all I got to do is print the label and ship them off tomorrow. So I'm going to go over these cards live with you guys. Before I get into anyone else's, I got a couple of my own cards here sent by my man Paul. Shout out Gate City Picker. Appreciate you being here too, Paul. I sure did, man. So just got a couple of these in today from Paul. Look them over to see if they're worth sending. It's because I Uber PC the Cavs, so if I can grade any of them, I do. I appreciate the cards too, Paul. Deb's in the house. Good to see you, Deb. Got to have lunch with Deb and her hubby today. It's a real honor and a privilege. So one thing I always like to have whenever I'm cleaning cards to grade is one of these microfiber cloths. I'll show it to you a little better here. You can get this in like a pack of eyeglasses or, dollar store, place like that. Yeah, Paul, I'm the cards I'm looking at right here from the box you sent. This Claypool and Garland were from you. So in your opinion, Paul, I'm going to show you this. There's like a little print on there. Would you still send that? I'm guessing it's probably a 9. Where the heck did I find it? Oh, it's like right underneath the O. It's pretty clean. Other than that, I'm thinking that's probably a 9. We'll set it aside because either way it's in my PC. Okay, cool, Paul. These are I'm assuming these are part of the cards that you were just hooking me up with as far as like Steelers and Cavs. I personally just couldn't wait to look at the cards because they're amazing. I love this one right here. Look at that patch. Jersey cards are so hard to grade because of the thickness, but I'm like really tempted to grade this one just because of how sick it is. Sounds good, Paul. That's what I figured. You had a little tabby on there. Do you want me to double check them for you? I don't mind. Top loaders here for Mr. Claypool and Mr. Garland. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a glance over them. Right. Since you're here, I'll take a look at them real quick. That way, if I do see anything, I can show it to you. Or at least try. Oh, yeah, these are some nice cards. So, first card, we got a rookie rush, Joe Burrow. Looks really clean. Little whitening on this bottom corner, but dude, this is probably still a 9.5. I don't see anything else. Granted, I haven't gone over it yet with a magnifier or nothing. But yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't 9.5 that for you. Cut that. I don't want to make your corner. I'm super anal about this. If my sound gets weird, let me know, guys. Yeah, it's a clean Burrow, man. Very clean. One thing I always use are these little tabbies. These things are amazing for group submissions. And it's like Nate always says, it's the easiest way to like slide a 20 in somebody's box without actually doing it, because it makes it really easy for stuff to come up. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, man. I didn't realize you were gray over here, bro. Let me make you blue. That's one beautiful Burrow. Either of you gents are bored and want to come in, you are more than welcome. If not, no big deal either way. This one looks even nicer than the last one. Are you sure you pulled this out of a Panini product? Stash, what up, man? Forgot to tabby that one. Yes, I'll pretty much show you guys the process I go over. Now, Paul's a trained eye when it comes to grading, so I'm not expecting to find a whole lot on his. You know what I mean? But when I do find something, I'll try to point it out to you guys. Let me grab my magnifier out too. It's not that I think I'll need it on Paul's, but I will probably need it on some of them. I'll find it in a minute. I'm gonna have to dig for it. All right. Damn dollar. It's a nice second here. Hoops card. This is the Giannis rookie year. How's that? Is the echo gone? One tiny little surface imperfection there. It's not like a huge ordeal. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it with the camera. It's like right where the light's flashing. Might be able to see like a little tiny dimple. I mean, and it's on the back of the card too, so it's not as severe if it'd be on the front. It's a tiny bit OC top to bottom, but I'd say you're still pretty safe for probably at least a 9. I'd be comfortable with that. That's one thing good about like having slight OCD with certain things is like being able to find little things like that. Oh, yeah. Your name's Paul, not Anthony. Apparently I was claiming your damn Lillard card. I don't want to hide all the eye candy from you guys. There you go. Awesome. Glad it's gone. Oh, that's awesome. Did you use a microscope? Marty just ordered one like that, like Nate has, for he and I to use on the submissions. So I'll definitely be microscoping it too here soon. So one thing I always look at on the back of chromium type cards, sometimes there's like little sideways print lines. You really have to try to catch it in like a good LED light. It's a tiny little scratch, like nothing major. I doubt they would even dock you down. That tiny scratch. There's like a little tiny scratch right on top there. But you're probably still safe at a 9, I'd say, on that. Yeah, that is true with the Dame. He is not a Cavalier. So I couldn't PC him. But if he becomes a Cav, then I will PC him. What's up, Steven? Good to see you, man. It's just amazing how much cleaner a Topps part is than Panini. I've rejected so much less baseball than I have any other sport at this point. Or new stuff, I should say, like modern, like chromium type stuff. Make that the sleeve. And I always like to do this with the sleeves just to make sure you don't nick the corner if it seems tight. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see kind of where we go next month, after CSG raises their prices and everything. Have to take a poll, see if people would prefer CSG over GMA or one of the newer companies. as far as the group subs. One of the main reasons we were going CSG is just because of their oh, don't worry, man. I'll definitely wax down the cards really good before they go in. They're not going to even stay in these sleeves that they're in. I'm going to go through and re-sleeve them and everything before they go in. I'm just wanting to verify that, you know, like I'm sure you didn't miss anything, but, you know, anybody that sends something, I like to at least do my due diligence of looking at it just so, you know, God forbid you do miss something, because I miss stuff all the time that Nate finds, you know what I mean? Like not on a lot of cards, but, you know, sure enough, there's always at least like one card that I miss. So I just like to glance it over. What's up, DJ? Good to see you, man. The cards we're looking at right now are Paul's Gate City Pickers. He did a real nice job preparing them. James Wiseman. Yeah, it's really clean too. Yeah, the good thing I've been hearing is CSG's prices are a little closer to SGC than they are GMA. So that's always nice to hear from a company that's this new into grading. Well, at least for sports cards, they're not new at all when it comes to Pokemon, or definitely not new at all when it comes to comics. They're basically the PSA of the comic world. Yeah, I agree with you there, Paul. I think it very well might be for the price point. The only issue I have is I have two submissions in with them right now. Neither one have even been opened yet. Now, granted, the second one's not that old. I just sent it to them last week. But the first one they've had going on a month, and they haven't even like opened it or processed it or anything yet. But then again, like even on their website, they tell you that that's, you know, that could be the case. One thing I liked about GMA was I always had the cards back really fast. But I'm good with either. Like I'm doing at least one personal submission to GMA for a friend of mine. Plus I have like a Power Ranger card I'm going to send there because they don't take it at CSG, I don't think. I think it might be this one here, Paul, with the print lines. Yeah, it has like 3 of them, I believe, running across the bottom. Let me see if I can get that on the camera for you guys. You can somewhat see it there. You still want this one sent in with the print line? I would be curious to see what they grade this on the front of a card. See, there's some cards, like the chromium ones you'll get, they'll have those print lines on there all over the back. Like it'll literally look like somebody just took a knife and went. Okay, cool. I'll send that in, man. Hopefully they won't hit you too hard on that. It'll be good to see, though, how this company grades that. Because I know SGC hit me pretty hard on that whenever I tested them on it. Like, not super hard. I got an 8 on the card that had it. These ones, DJ, are $8 a card. The $12 starts literally the day after I'm shipping these. I'm shipping these tomorrow, and then it goes up to 12 on Wednesday. That's why it was originally supposed to be May 3rd we were going to send this, but I moved it up just so everybody wouldn't have to pay like almost like not quite double, but like 1.5 times. Yeah, for sure, DJ. Crazy things. I just sent one in last week too, thinking, man, I hope it doesn't raise before my group submission. And then it was like, oh, dang, it is raising. So let's just send it again. What's up, Dua? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. That's awesome. How many cards are you sending in? Paul's are all ready to go. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards for Gate City Picker. All right. I'm going to open up another buddy of mine's. Yes, thank you for the math, DJ. I'm terrible at math. Cool. Sending 25. So what's up? Yeah, it's a good play to get stuff in now before it raises. That looks clean on the front. Also looks clean on the back. Shout out to my man Huddle card collection. This card belongs to him. Grunt Dad, what up, man? Yes, sir. Trying to get him in. Just this is actually the third bulk submission that I'm sending CSG this month. We did a group one. Like this one I'm doing now was supposed to be May's submission, but since like prices are jumping, I figured I'd force it early. Yeah, so then I sent another one in last week just in case they would raise prices, and being that they gave me the heads up, I was like, yeah, I'm going to send you a third. RB, what up? Appreciate you being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here too. Keep me company and everything while I do it. Because this can be like super monotonous. Right. You know what's messed up? I just misspelled Michael's name, and that's my middle name. How do you misspell your own name? I managed to do it. Got some NASCAR in the house. Oh, that's awesome, Grunt Dad. By the way, guys, go check out my man Grunt Dad if you haven't already. Grunt Dad, if you know how to, man, feel free to drop the link to your channel in the chat. So we got a few tiny little print lines there, and there's like a scratch as well. Let's see if I can get this light a little bit better. I don't even know if it's going to show on the camera. I don't know if you might be able to see it. It's not horrible, but it's OC as well. Left to right. Maybe a little bit top to bottom too. I don't know, set that on a maybe pile, maybe. That's awesome, Thua. So he's in some sports card groups on Clubhouse. A lot of big names in the hobby. That's awesome. I've been trying to get into Clubhouse. I signed up for an account. I never got like that email back or whatever saying I could use it. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, I've heard from my buddy Marty, who goes to even more LCSs than I go to. There's a couple LCSs in the area that are very, very bullish on CSG. They think that they're going to really take a step forward in the hobby, which I hope they do. You know what I mean? Yeah, no problem, Grunt Dad. Like I said, man, you put out good information. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support as well. So it looks like there might be like little minor lines up top there. Run two, like running right there. Those are the only two I can find on the back of that one. Oh, gotcha. That would make sense. I'm trying to remember where I even heard of Clubhouse from. It definitely wasn't like a card community thing I heard about it from. It might have actually been my friend Tommy Bernard. I'm pretty sure I heard about it on his show. Yeah, he's a good dude in the hobby, man. You'll like him. He's also serving our country, too, so big props to him for that. So it looks like it's a little bit chewed up right here. They don't often like ding you too hard on that, but there's also tiny little like 3 print lines on there too. See if I can get them to show up for you. That's the thing though, like until like I've received a submission back from them, I don't necessarily know how hard they grade those type of things. Whereas like SGC or GMA, like I could tell you in my sleep like what a 9, 10, 8, like regardless of what it is, looks like with them. Okay, so we got some corner damage here. Try to catch that in the light for you. Got a little bit of edge wear up top too. That corner is pretty dinged. So I'm gonna pull that one out. Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, man. Check out my man Hobby Beast too if you guys haven't. It's a brand new channel by him, but he is an experienced YouTuber. Is another channel called Thrift Beast. Oh, that's like on the card. That's like on the image. I'm like, why is that not coming off? Pretty sure that's on the image. Surface looks completely smooth. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. Tiny bit of white down there, but not enough to really knock it down, I don't think. Just use the sniffling. My CPAP's been messing with my sinuses. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, I really enjoy the grading process when it comes to cards. Just something nice about bringing new slabs into the world. One thing I always try to do, I don't know if you see like that light moving around, I really try to check the entire surface with that, because sometimes even dust will get in your top loader and it can press into the card and leave a divot in there that can knock you down a grade. So that's why I always keep all it is just, let me see if I can get it in screen. It's just a LED light, just desk lamp. It's a really high powered LED though. I'm in the process of getting a really nice setup. My buddy Marty just ordered one for us for when we do these submissions. It's like a microscope with a little tablet screen and stuff, kind of like Everyday Im Hustlin has. Feel free to drop the link, Stat or Chris. Looks like we got a little edge wear there, a little nick on the surface. Maybe a little nick right there too. Yeah, another little divot there. I'm gonna pull this one aside. Hey, Christopher, what's up, man? I don't have any PSA 10 Ginter in my PC. However, just today, a brand new Ginter card was delivered for my PC, which is a Colin Sexton rookie card. Here, let me see if I can get a picture of it. I'll share the screen for you. Super sick. Pull this over here. So this is the same card. This isn't the exact one I just got, but
Mine actually looks cooler than this. I mean, it's the same thing, but better looking auto on the one I got. It's like one of the mini autos. But yeah, I mean, I think Topps overall has a much better quality of product, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm probably going to try to send that in. I don't know if I'm going to wait on PSA to open. I might just send it to BGS because I like their subgrades, and it's only like $2 extra to grade autos and stuff with them. So I may send it there. Got a little bit of corner damage there. It's not super bad. Like, you could definitely probably still 9. It's not like a full ding. It's just like whitening. So I'll have to see if he wants 10s or if he's cool with 9s. Chris is always welcome on with us anytime. Just have to schedule something out with the boys. But if you do end up, Chris, like having something like that, you just let us know, man. We'll let people know about it. Like if you did have something planned or whatnot. Okay, so this one's got a big thing on the back. I don't know if it's a scratch or what it is. Unless it's coming off. Well, maybe it's just some dirt or something. Am I crazy? Is there a line on that or no? Maybe not. Little whitening on that bottom corner. Not bad though. So any of you guys that have sent stuff into CSG, did it take a long time for them to check in your order? This is another common thing that Panini does. So look at the Prism logo there. You see how it's not where the grooves are? I don't know how badly they dock that. I mean, other than that, it's a pretty clean looking card. Yeah, definitely, Chris. We'll make that happen. That one aside and see if he wants that sent. Would you guys send that with the thing being off like that? Hey, what's up, big guy? Yeah, I'm right after GMA jumped, we actually moved over to CSG last month, and this is now the third bulk sub we've sent out this month. This one was supposed to be our May sub, but with the prices raising on Wednesday, I wanted to get this out tomorrow. Little edge wear there. Yeah, it's good with me, Paul. Right now, no, I don't really have anything that could be Super Express. Oh, no, what you're saying is anything you're looking should be at least 400 R. Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to send anything Super Express unless you have a real big card. Honestly, a lot of what I've been kind of targeting for, like real bread and butter type stuff, is like lower end stuff. Like, is it so easy to turn and burn, and it's easy to get into, and you know, it's easy to multiply it up. Eventually, I want to get into like the bigger game, you know what I mean, and have like a big old suitcase like Sasha T. But you know, I think for right now, like I'm enjoying at least the going and getting all the young guys, grading them and flipping them and stuff like that. Okay, so we do got some corner whitening there. Tiny little print lines on the back, but nothing that I think they'd get knocked down on. So no, it's not a scratch. One of the reasons I don't necessarily wear gloves during like pre-grading. Now, when it comes to cleaning them up to send out, I'll definitely wear some gloves and I'll buff them up real nice. But in that sense right there, where I didn't know if something was a scratch or if it was like a smudge or something, you can very easily just touch it with your finger. Try not to use your fingernail, though. Make sure it's the fat part of your finger. And if it is a scratch or something, oftentimes you can fill it, which this one wasn't. This one just came right off. But really, my goal for what I'm doing here is just to identify which ones are going to be sent. And then everything will get a new sleeve, and I re-top load everything just to verify that no dust or dirt's in there. Because like I said, that could damage the card even in transit. Might be a little overkill, but that's just like, it's what I like to do. It's like, might be a little bit of OCD. And the way I'm kind of doing it here is the stuff that I'm kind of, actually that should have went there. So I have two separate stacks. These are stuff that I think have potential to be nines, or potentially, these are probably nines, I should just say. These here have the ability to gem. So I'll normally put them in two separate stacks. Anything I think will drop lower than a 9, normally I'll put over in a separate stack aside from that. And, you know, run those by the person as well. No, Christopher, feel free to ask as many questions as you'd like, man. Right now, big guy, the turnaround for CSG is not real great. It's 80 business days, which is like roughly 4 months, I think, for the bulk. Oh, for real, Chris? I haven't even checked yet. Let me go look. That's awesome, though, man. That's what's up. Okay, so Christopher said, sorry for asking so many questions. Found your channel 3 weeks ago. Been learning a lot. What's your opinion on collecting goats like Ichiro, Rogers? I like collecting goats. I think it's the safest thing you can collect. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be a market for them. But I mean, I also collect a lot of hot garbage too, as like anybody who's friends with me on here will tell you. You know what I mean? I'm probably like the world's most forefront collector of Anderson Varejao and other cards like that have zero value. But yeah, I think it's smart. You know what I mean? And if that's what you collect in PC, then you're golden. You know what I mean? Like your stuff will continue to go up in value. But yeah, feel free to ask as many questions as you want. I enjoy it. Okay, so we do have one line running across the back there. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. Do you see it? You mean like as far as grading goes, Stash? Hold on 1 second. Let me check my dog. You alright, Bubba? Come here, buddy. Ooh. My bad. He's like old and sick, so if I hear him like making noise, I always get kind of worried. But yeah, I mean, I do still have your stack here. It's actually gonna, all of the stuff from the auction is shipping tomorrow morning. I haven't been home all day today. So anything you want me to look over, Stash, I certainly can. Okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Collect what you like. Those are the best investments to make, is collect the goats. So we do got a little bit of whitening on bottom 2 corners here. So we may have a couple of those print lines running across the back as well. It's not super thick though. It's in a great place too. It's like right in between the text here, so it's hard to find. Yeah, definitely, Thua. That's like the market right now. Oh, you want me to hold this stuff, Stash? Yeah, I can hold this stuff for you. That's not a problem. Unless I'm misunderstanding, then just feel free to let me know what you want me to do. I'll do whatever you need, though. So it looks like this corner right here is a little funky. It's got like a little chunk hanging off of it. This one's a little dinged. That one's not terrible. Just got an extra little piece of cardboard hanging on the side for trimming. Penny sleeve down. Yeah, LaMelo's real tall, man. Yeah, he's like a small forward playing point guard. Nice thing about GMA is I was getting $100 on the draft picks, LaMelo balls, when they first came out, because I was able to turn them around so fast. Dinged corner on that one too. Keep putting the rejects back in the cases I've set aside for the ones that are going in. Yeah, I can definitely dig that, Christopher. I do the same thing. That's why I bought a. Here, I'll show it to you. I was at the LCS and I was looking for some wax and they didn't have anything I could afford, so I bought a hobby box of Power Rangers from 1994 because I liked them when I was a kid. Seemed more babyish to me. Is this Stanley? Oh, heck yeah. Marvel is where it's at right now, man. I wish I would have held on to my Marvel stuff. Well, mine was in trashy condition anyway, but still, I mean, even raw ones are going for good money. That little bit of whitening. See, something like that still's 9 all day. Nice, dude. What'd you get out of them? I don't know if you've noticed this in Canada, but in the U.S., I think Donruss has actually been pretty decent print quality thus far. I don't got nothing wood to knock on either. Oh, here we go. A nightstand. There we go. Yeah, I definitely agree too. Anything that has to do with the Mouse House is always going to be collectible and or popular. Yeah, I agree, Thua. I like it as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are probably 9s, and we got 4 that'll probably gem, I would say. That's my guess. It's my prediction on this order here. Come here, Bubba. You okay, buddy? Sorry, buddy. Say what's up. Say what's up. All right, so those ones are done. Paul's are done. Where did I put Paul's at? Cool. Nice. Poku. Dude, I didn't realize how good Poku was doing until I talked to some dude at the card show the other day. Like, I knew that he was having an okay season, like, better than, like, you know, I thought he would. But, like, I ended up looking up highlights and stuff. I was like, man, this dude looks like a mini Joker, only, like, way skinnier. The way he's playing. I was impressed with him. Yeah, dude, those were sick, Paul. That's awesome, Chris. All right, let's get into some of Marty's stuff. I already checked this one over. He actually bought a lot of Cabrian Hayes' first Bowmans, and he basically said, pull out the 2 best ones, one for you, one for me. So he hooked me up with a Cabrian, which is awesome. He's like the one, like if I had to pick one baseball guy to like PC, like of the new guys, it'd probably be Cabrian. All right. Let's look over Marty's stuff. Marty got some nice stuff going in too. He didn't have a good chance to look over a lot of this though, so I'm going to look over his a little more thoroughly as well. At least I'm going to try to. This one looks real clean. Last time I sent in this card for Marty, he got an SGC 10 on it. Hopefully, well, I guess he won't get an SGC 10, but maybe he can get a CSG 10. That'd be cool. These young guys are always so liquid, though. The main problem is with the young guys is eventually someone's going to be holding the bag with whatever ones don't pan out. You should see like the stacks and stacks of Steelers and Cavs players that I picked up heavy that didn't pan out. Although it wasn't necessarily investment purposes. It's just like every year I like to try to collect the new players from the teams I collect. I'll score one for the home team. I just remembered I have a whole stack of tabbies with Marty's name on them already. Grab those ones. He and I grade a ton of stuff. Hope what isn't you, Paul? Another Cabrian, numbered out of 150. Bowman Chrome. It's nice. It's a little whitening on the bottom corners. I'd say it's still at least a 9. Oh, this is a nice one too. Green quickly. Looks like we got a ding right there. Start me a separate pile for him. Okay, do those other cards. What's up, Mama? Good to see you. I know what you mean, Christopher. That's what I do too, man. Like I get most of my stuff going to, yard sales, flea markets, stuff like that. Because people don't value it, man. That's the best part. Pretty nice. 04, 05 Kobe. This is the second year LeBron James set. Oh, that's awesome, Paul. Yeah, he hit me up on IG the other day. Not necessarily like because I did a video or anything, just because I sent him. I was sending him my Tony Hansen card. I was telling him how much I really liked his Hulk Hogan design. He's a good guy though. I mean, I don't know him personally or anything, but from what I've gathered from just watching his YouTube channel and interacting with him, seems like a pretty good guy. That thing looks crispy. Yeah, that looks really nice. He's one guy I'd like to have on one of the sports card talks me and Nate do sometime. Pick his brain about it. I actually sent an email the night I saw him on Dustin's channel, the Personal Finance Dad, I sent an email. Someone dropped an email in the chat. I said, like, how are you hiring graders and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, because I'm interested in it because, you know, I do a ton of pre-grading work anyway. Like, a good bit of how, like, I'm actually supporting myself is grading cards to, you know, because there's such a huge multiplier in grading cards. You know what I mean? So I'm grading cards like they're going out of style. And so I don't have any like formal training or anything like that. It's just something I do on my own. So I reached out for some information, you know, just to see what kind of qualifications, you know, because like I said, I don't have any formal training. I'm just somebody who does this a lot, you know. Sports Cards Review, what up? That's awesome, man. How'd you do? Now, answer me this question. I've heard it from a few different people, but so is it true that the slab looks considerably better like in your hands in person than it does like online, like in an eBay listing or like just a stock photo? Like from what I've heard is they have some kind of special technology in their slab or whatnot that is supposed to make it very clear and give you like the best like high definition view of the slab. So I didn't know if that was like a real thing or if that was just somebody BSing me. Be curious to know your thoughts since it was your first one. I definitely appreciate you being here. How long did it take them to send that to you? This is about to be the third group sub we've sent them, and they haven't checked any of ours in yet. Granted, I wasn't going with any like fast turnaround or anything like that. I just went with bulk. I don't think it's dumb. I mean, depending on what you have, but they do insure it, you know, so like, God forbid your stuff would get lost. It would at least be insured for, you know, whatever, you know, amount you would put in for your max declared value. So they do that, like, God forbid your package gets lost, they just pay you out for it. So depending on how that would work, I mean, it would suck. Don't get me wrong, but if your goal is to just flip the stuff fast and make money, then you would eventually just get that paid back to you anyway if you have it declared. But no, I don't think it's dumb, man. I don't think it's dumb at all. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with like the way Amazon does like their FBA program, like which is it's called Fulfilled by Amazon. So if you sell on Amazon, essentially you can send stuff to their warehouse, and anytime it sells, they'll like pull it, pack it, ship it, all that stuff for you. So I actually had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to send to one of their Canadian warehouses because you're allowed to sell like DVDs and like media stuff in Canada, but in the US, like I'm gated in it since I didn't have a wholesale contract for it. So I was like, the heck with it. I'll just send it over there where I'm allowed to sell it. And there's like not as much competition because I'll be sending American stuff, you know? So since I'm only about 5 hours from the closest warehouse in Canada, I just drove. Because I think it would have been like $150 some just to ship like one box there. And I had a few different boxes I wanted to bring out. But yeah, I don't think that's dumb. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Here, hold on. Let me go over to your channel real quick, and I'll sub up so I can watch it after this. Did I spell you wrong? Normally, like, I'm always mixing up the I and the E. I got it right, though. Cards review. Let me try sports cards review. My bad. I didn't put the S on there. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find you in here. Do me a favor, if you can, drop your link in the chat. I'll take a look at it. Only 5 weeks. That's awesome. What level did you send it in? It's weird. I don't know why it's not popping up your channel for me. It's just bringing up a bunch of different other sports card channels. But yeah, if you want to drop your link, I'll definitely go over and check out that video once you get it dropped. I love watching reveal videos. So we got 2 white corners there at the bottom. I hate these cards that are full color all the way around because it's so easy to get that whitening. Like, that's not even like necessarily damage for the most part. So hard not to get that on there. Okay, cool. You sent an express. What's up? I was gonna say, I think I have stuff there at least 3, almost 4 weeks right now that was bulk. I haven't really seen too much movement on it. Hey, Marty, if you're in the chat, just let me know, because these are your cards we're going over. Stuff like that, mellow. Just want to know if you're cool with white corners or not. So I have it in a side pile of stuff that I would probably pull for myself. I probably wouldn't send. Yeah, one thing I've noticed with a lot of these chrome sets, the back is normally more of a problem than the front. This one doesn't look too bad though. Looks pretty clean on the back. This corner looks a little weak, but it's not like terrible. Got this song in my head all day. I don't know if you guys ever heard the new song Gyra by Elevation Worship. Man, oh man, it's been on my mind all day. So handy having all of his tabs ready already. Okay, so we got corner damage down here, big time. See how it's like bend up? You can kind of see it in the light. That's harder to tell if you don't have an LED light. Those type of corner damages, where it's like literally just lifted up. I had a Shaq Hoops card I graded once, and that was before I was using the LED, because I was like, oh, I can tell if it has a corner dang or whatever. I couldn't, and it had something like that. that really you need the LED to be able to see unless you're running your hands over it. But if it looks good, there's really no reason to do that. So LED brings out a lot of stuff that normally I don't see with my naked eye. Like there's times I'll even be at like an LCS or like local card show or something like that, digging through bargain bins, and I'll come home with like 40 cards. Out of that 40 cards, I might only send in 10 to get graded because there's stuff I couldn't see without the high-powered light. Yeah, but if anyone's ever interested in a specific light that's cheap, I got this one from Walmart for literally, I think, $19.99, and the base of it charges my phone. So, like, super easy to find stuff that will work. Just want to make sure you get something with LEDs. Because surface is definitely one of the, it's 25% of your grade. So that's why it's super important to make sure your surface is clean. I need to make top loaders for fat fingers. I feel like every time I try to pull a card out or put a card in, it's like literally trying to fit a hot dog in one of these things. There's a 92 Topps Jordan. Looks pretty clean from the front. Looks like maybe a little edge wear there. See if I can... You see it there? That sucks. This thing is super clean on the front besides that. You see it pretty good there too. A dang shame too. Oh, looks like there's a little corner warping there too. Seeing the light, how it's starting to bend up. It's a shame too, because like before the light, this thing looked minty. Anything Jordan you can get at 9 or 10 is good money too, even like the cheaper cards. I'm not entirely sure yet, Grunt Dad. It just depends. Like me personally, I'll probably send somewhere between like 30 and 40 cards for myself. I would imagine the entire submission's probably going to be 100 cards, somewhere in that range. The first one we sent, I think, was 96. The second one was 110. So typically been getting like right around 100 cards, give or take, with each one of these. I think right now I have a stack of 36 cards pulled aside for this. Actually, I should give Marty a big shout out because he hooked his boy up major. He hooked me up because so much of my stuff I already have out for grading. He straight up gave me some cards to send in to grade. Like, didn't want nothing for him or nothing. He was just like, hey, you hook me up, I'm hook you up. So big shout out to Marty on that. So the cards I show you guys of mine that I'm going to send into this submission, like literally he gave me like all of them just for being an awesome friend. Oh, I hear you there, Chris. Even a PSA 1 Jordan's like worth over $1,000 at this rate. So yeah, I would rock a PSA 1 Jordan. Some minor little imperfections on this, but I don't think it's enough to really damage the value too much. Grade. One simply just does not grade a Luka Doncic. What's up, Art? Good to see you, man. Yes, sir. That's the plan. You know the crazy thing too, like these cards we're looking at right here for Marty, this is his low end stuff. Like that's the thing that like is gonna melt your brain. Once you see the stuff that he gave me to send in, it's like the stuff that like he just doesn't want to deal with because he has so much higher end stuff. So it's like he has so much heat. It's insane. We're probably gonna do either like an auction or a fire sale, something like that, just for Marty's stuff at some point. And like I said, he has some sick stuff. He gets to rip all kinds of like hobby stuff from time to time. So he has some nice stuff. It's a little whitening there. I don't know that that's enough to really not send this, though. It's a second year short print parallel. I'd say it's probably still a 9, even with the whitening. It's not like a ding or nothing bad. Oh, heck yeah, man. Marty is the man. Like, on so many levels, for real. Chris, did they open up the borders and stuff for Canada yet? Like, are they letting people in and out? Or is it still kind of like shut down or whatnot? So I know the Raptors are still playing out of town. I just didn't know if, like, as far as people wanting to, you know, go back and forth, if that was copacetic or not. Other thing he's real big on, like if this retro series ever pops, he has like literally every good retro series card like ever made. So I'll have to see what he wants to do here. Definitely got some whitening on several of the corners here. Definitely a little bit of a ding down there. All in all, that's a sick card though. That's probably one of his lower end retro series. I love these retro series cards. So if you guys ever see those retro series, you may have someone interested in Marty. He pulled 2 of these guys. Fractal LeBron James Supernovas out of Revolution this year. That sucks, man. I was going to say you should come out for the National if it's open by then, man. Looks like a little whitening right there. But, I mean, even a LeBron in a 9 is pretty big. I would send that personally if it was me. So I'm going to send that for him. Oh, nice, man. 491 Upper Deck Magic versus Jordan cards. Bargain bin. All 4 at PSA. PSA 10s are doing at least 300. That is awesome, man. Dude, that's what me and Marty do all the time, man, is like we'll go to shows and we will dig through bins. We'll go to LCSs, dig through bins, and like literally dig through like all like the low end fodder for the most part, and send it in and get graded. This one looks even cleaner than the last one did. Oh, this must be the one he pulled with me, because this one just looks minty. Pretty sure he pulled this one at 5 Star Collectibles in Ohio. Yeah, Chris, I sent in the Tony Hansen to Pure Graded X, the new grading company by Carson Cruz. I'll show you the main reason I sent it to him, too. It's so sick, man. Let me throw Marty's name on this LeBron real quick. Share the screen. All right, so this is his personal. There we go. This is his personal Instagram, but this card is why I sent my Tony Hansen in. So, let's see if, just imagine how sick that's gonna. Oh wait, you can't see because I'm blocking it. Hold on. So let's do. That's gonna look nasty. Like, obviously, I don't want it to say Hulk Hogan. I want it to be like custom for Tony Hansen or whatnot. But I just love that design that he has there. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's the company I'm sending my card to. And I like send him a message too, like saying, hey, it's me. So it's like it's a real card. You don't have to worry. I'm not like sending you a fake card, just printed by a cheap independent wrestling company. So, but yeah, so I sent that in. Thanks, man. Yeah, so I figured for PC, I want to get it like full customized. Hey, see you, Paul. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. Oh, let me go check the rest. I'm bad about that art. I don't see the first half of. Let me check over on YouTube. I don't see the first half of your comment, Art. I apologize, man. I don't know why it's not coming through. If you want to say it again, though, I would love to hear what you had to say. Apologize about that. I use a program called StreamYard to stream to YouTube, so I don't know if maybe there's something getting lost in between the two or whatnot. Nice thing about that is I can go simultaneously over to Twitch, although I have like 0 following on Twitch, so I'm like really bad at it. I just learned the other day how to get my videos to not like disappear when I'm not streaming there. I don't know why, but I just really like the way LeBron looks in this picture. Like, it just reminds me of like 1970s Cleveland basketball right there. Like, he looks like every junk wax Cavalier I ever collected growing up right there. It's amazing. Spider, what up, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you being in here. Yeah, man, I had a pretty good day. Cannot complain. It's going to feel real good having this out of the way, though, I'll tell you that. little bit ahead of the game. Last submission was really rough because I did basically, I want to say 12 hours worth of like grading type stuff in one day, because the day our submission was due, we were doing GMA and it was a paper form. So the submission was like done, but it wasn't done with them yet. So they upped their pricing. And I was like, literally the day I was shipping out to them. So I called an audible last minute and switched it to CSG. And like literally spent the entire day doing this. So like already this just feels like a breeze compared to that. The thing with GMA too is writing it all out by hand sucks. So this card is not the iconic chalk toss, but it's also a chalk toss of LeBron James. So that's pretty cool. Marty actually just picked up an SGC 9 of the iconic chalk toss. It's so sick. Yeah, it was definitely awesome meeting you, Deb. I was really, really pleased to be able to finally meet you and Lee. Hey, Michael, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. I just got done looking over your stuff a little bit ago. Looks all right. There's a few. I separated it into 2 stacks. I got one stack that I think you have a good chance to gem on, and another stack that I think, you know, has potential to get a 9. So I didn't know how strict you wanted me to be with it. So I will show you those. I'll send you pictures of what's what. There's a little whitening on this one, but I think this will 9, and it's a short printed optic LeBron. That's goated. I sure did, Mama. I hugged her nice and hard for you. Yeah, me too, DJ. There's a vendor at the Westmoreland show that has a chalk toss LeBron. I haven't pulled the trigger on it because I kind of want to get a minimum of a 9. And just because I look over so many cards, and I've sent a lot off to PSA, in my opinion, the card he has is a PSA 8. So I didn't want to spring on it for that reason. If I thought it had a chance to 9, I'd probably go with it. But if I was grading his card, I'd give him an 8. What's up, Arturo? Appreciate you being here. New Jersey, that's what's up. Jersey in the house. So this thing looks reasonably clean. It's a little tiny bit OC, top to bottom. And right here is like a tiny little nick. But I still think that that's the 9 all day at least. The bronze stuff is just so valuable graded. It's hard not to grade it if you think it's going to 9. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. $8.18. Let me scroll up, Art. $8.18. Yeah, so the really weird thing here is I'm going to show you my end. Like, it literally goes straight from 17 to 19. Like, there is no 18 on mine. I don't know if it's just StreamYard doing that or what. It's really weird, though. Wish I could teach my computer to quit throwing so many pop-ups up at me. Gaddy is a legend. Spider says, how do I support you and join the lovely band of badass names scrolling along the bottom of the screen? So essentially on my channel, there's a link down in the description too for anybody that would be interested in this. So there's a button that'll say join right by subscribe. You can click there. It's as cheap as like $1.99 a month. And, we do, I'm actually waiting on every day I'm hustling my buddy Nate. He and I are going to be doing some combined members only streams. So as soon as he and I are able to nail down a date, we're going to be having a members only stream really soon. And there's also some like other added benefits and stuff that is listed in there. But yeah, I don't ever expect anybody. If you want to help support the channel, that'd be amazing. Thanks, Shane. I appreciate that, my man. That's super cool of you. Don't ever feel pressured, guys, but it does go a long way in helping, especially with things like, going to the national and different stuff like that I plan on doing for the channel. Okay, so this one has like almost looks like sticker residue on it. I don't know if you guys are able to see that or not. Appreciate you, Shane. That was really cool of you, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, we'll have some really cool private streams and stuff. And I'm thinking about, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm full screen. You can't even see my beautiful face anymore. Let me fix that. There we go. I've been thinking about maybe doing some special stuff for members too. Like, I don't know if any of you guys game or anything like that, but I know, Mama, my nose is messed up. I don't think it's that. I'll go blow it real quick, but I don't think it needs blown. I just think it's like my sinuses from the CPAP blowing up my nose all night. Hello, puppies. All right. I brought the toilet paper so that way in case I keep sniffling. DJ, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you becoming a member. That was super cool of you. Oh, also, you guys that are members too, do me a favor, send me an email or like Instagram or Facebook message with your address, because these cards, these are actually free giveaways for all members. So I will get that shipped out to you right away. Actually, as soon as I find my stamps, because I actually got one sitting over here for Frank that I don't know where the heck I put my stamps at. Heck yeah, DJ. That would be awesome, man. Any of you guys that are planning to go, like I know Mama said she might try to come. I think every day I'm hustling is going to try to come. I'm trying to guilt Gate City Picker into trying to go. I know my man Huddle's going to be there. Michael's coming. Oh, that's probably why, Spider. I think you have to be on a desktop to do it. Although if you go in the description, there's a here on. I'll get you a link. It'll be much easier for me to grab because I have like a spreadsheet with all that stuff just on it. That way I don't even have to go into YouTube for it. So this might work if you're on mobile. I'm not sure, but that's like a direct link to it. I'm wondering if somebody like had syrup on their hands or something. You see how it's like all cloudy and sticky even there? It's like the oil on my fingers is improving the surface. I wonder if it was some kind of syrup or something. I've had that happen before where I've had to like clean syrup off of cards. Oh, that's what's up. Mike's going too? Nice. I'm going to set this LeBron aside because I'm going to literally have to like clean that later. You got to be real careful too. Anytime you have to like clean a sticky substance off of your cards, because you need something wet to get it off. But the problem is cards are very porous. So you need to be super careful not to destroy it. Luckily, that's chromium. So the chromium can get wet and not like completely destroyed. Card like this, it would be RIP if this thing got syrup on it. So this does have some whitening down on the corners there. Just such a nice card, though. He literally has like every retro LeBron ever made. Crazy thing, too, is he doesn't even like LeBron, but he has like way more LeBron heat than even I have. But I mean, you can't argue with his logic. LeBron is going to be such a great value buy compared to where Jordan is right now. A lot of this stuff, because it's still brand new with a lot of it. It's a numbered LeBron out of 199, certified blue. Wonder why this is numbered. Probably because it's an older one. I was going to say, I have an Okoro blue just like this, but this is like 3 years ago. So maybe they don't number them anymore. Mom, I don't think anybody would be disappointed if you came to the show and hung out with us. So there are some corner whitening here on the bottom of this, but a numbered LeBron James, that's still kind of hard not to send. If that was mine, I'd still send it with that little bit of white, just because it's numbered. Hey, thank you, Spider. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. So Christopher has a question here. How much in salary would you want to become a card grader? Do you think it would take your love of collecting away, looking at cards all day? That's something that I was wondering too. Like, truth be told, that is something I genuinely am wondering about. Because I love doing what I'm doing now. But I have skin in the game too. You know what I mean? It's like my personal cards like are all a part of this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just would imagine if I had to do, I mean, I don't necessarily have to do anything, but I don't know. I don't really know what I would want. I more than anything just kind of wanted to look into some information to see, what exactly, the thing that really struck me was virtual grading. You know what I mean? The fact that I could probably do it from here in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So like that, in a sense, would be great. But it just really, it really would depend on kind of what the requirements were and stuff like that, because, YouTube's a pretty important thing to me. Like it, it's definitely something I would like to really focus a lot of time on. So this has a print line down the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe not. I can't see it through the screen. Let me see if I can see it on the computer. So essentially, like running right down the middle of Braun's face all the way to the bottom of the card is a print line. I appreciate that, Spider-Man. Definitely means a lot. Hey, you have a good dinner, Deb. Appreciate you guys stopping through Pittsburgh today, and it was awesome meeting you. But yeah, anybody that's ever going to be at any of the Ohio shows that are on like the, I would say, northeastern side of it, or like Pennsylvania shows that are on the southwestern side of it, let me know, because I try to go to all of them that I can, unless they're like on the same day. Then I'll normally go to the local ones just because there's not as much hobby stuff here in Pittsburgh as there is out in Ohio, card show wise at least. Some really nice LCSs out here, but as far as card shows, like, in my opinion, I like Ohio a lot better than Pennsylvania. At least the ones they've had since COVID's been, you know, since people have been going again after COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say anything about before COVID because it was a different game for the hobby. You know what I mean? But post-COVID, I definitely got to give Ohio a big thumbs up for the shows they've been putting on. I've been enjoying them. So is that a ding? Yeah, it's dinged. I was just putting that back in its case, and I just noticed a ding there in the top corner. Yes, ma'am. You have a good night, Deb. See you tomorrow. I know, Mama. I appreciate you, though. If you guys haven't checked out Mama's channel, make sure you do that. She does jewelry auctions twice a week on her channel right now, and she does other stuff as well. She is a big Miami Dolphins collector, so I'm sure you'll see some videos of her getting her Miami Dolphin mail days as well. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, man. Really appreciate you being here, man. Been enjoying the videos that you've dropped on your channel recently, man. Or I should say the more recent ones. Not that any of the videos that you dropped ever weren't good or anything, but I really enjoy a lot of the information you share, Mike. Definitely underrated, man. Yeah, I hear you there, Mike. I've been doing my best to work my way through sucking at it too. So we got some whitening up here on this top corner. The weird thing about Court Kings is you never can tell if it's supposed to be that way or not. Yeah, so essentially what I'm doing, Mike and anyone else that's not really savvy with card grading, is I'm looking for any imperfections I can spot that could prohibit any of these cards from not getting a gem mint, or at least a 9 in most cases, because there's big money in 9s and 10s, but anything below that, you're risking losing money. Will I be attending the Hartville show on May 15th? I would like to. Let me write that down real quick so I don't forget. But yeah, I would like to. I will definitely be at, there's a show in Cleveland. I want to say the weekend of the 8th. I'll definitely be there because there's a big meetup that weekend. A buddy of mine's coming in from Minnesota, and should be pretty awesome. He's doing a 24-hour stream that weekend. So those of you guys, you might have heard of Deafness 45. If you haven't, check him out. Really good guy in the hobby. But he's doing a 24-hour stream that weekend, and I'm pretty sure that there's a show that weekend as well. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. Yeah, the card market is crazy hot right now. It's to the point where, like, literally I've taken a lot of what I was doing with, like, storage units and garage sales and stuff like that, and I've just focused more of my energy just to find good cards that are gradable and to send them in. The crazy thing is I can go from a weekend sending out like 40 packages, all, like miscellaneous stuff, 10, 20, $30 items here and there. And then if I have another weekend where I send out like maybe 5 to 10 graded cards, the smaller orders always seem to outweigh like the bulk stuff that I was doing. So for the most part, like I still have a lot of my other stuff and I'll still deal in it, but like I try to focus a lot of my buying budget back into sports cards and grading and stuff like that, just because I'm so obsessed with it to begin with, and it's just one of those things where it's super liquid. You know what I mean? Like there's a built-in, I don't want to say a built-in demographic for it, but normally people that are looking for cards are specifically looking for certain types of cards. So as long as you source the right ones, they're pretty easy to move. Sure, Art. So essentially what you would do is you could shoot me an email or message me on line, whatever's easier for you. And I would just give you my mailing address and you could just send them over to me. And what I would do is I would look them over kind of like I'm doing here. So we got some corner damages there. It's an Anthony Davis rookie card out of Panini. So I'll have to ask him what he wants to do on that. But essentially what I'll do is I'll look them over for you, and any that I don't think will get a 9 or a 10, I pull them aside and I'll let you know what the defects are and stuff like that. A lot of times, like if I'm not live doing it to where you can just go back and watch it and see what the defects are, I'll take pictures and send it to you. And then that way you'll be able to see like exactly what I think's wrong with it and whatnot. The only thing I charge on my end is just $1 per card I send in. So like say you sent me 1,000 cards and I send in 5, it'd be like $5, even though I did probably like, considerably more work. But I don't necessarily do it for the money. I necessarily just do it to reimburse myself for like the tabbies and supplies and stuff. Plus I get better rates sending my cards in through bulk too. So like it helps you, it helps me. It's like a win-win situation. So the dollar basically just covers supplies and stuff like that. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to get to Hartville as well. My buddy Marty just started a new job just this past week. And he really is my road dog for a lot of these. So I'm going to have to check to see what his schedule is looking like that week too. I mean, I'll roll out on my own too. That's not a big deal, but it's just more fun whenever you roll out with other people, Yeah, or Canton is super hot, man. I felt bad not going out this past weekend to Canton because I figured I'd probably be missing something. But I stayed in Pittsburgh because they're having a show at the Westmoreland Mall, which is cool. The only thing that kind of sucks is like I was kind of, I don't want to say discouraged with it, but so it's like the complete polar opposite effect I feel like I get when I go to Ohio as I get whenever I'm local. Now there's some like LCSs and stuff that like if I go in their shop and I'll record, I'll put out a video, they'll be like thankful, they'll be happy, they'll be like, wow, people come in sometimes because they see the video or whatever. But with this specific show that there was like nothing bad about the show or the people that run it, but the main guy that's there just doesn't allow me to record for YouTube, which like for me kind of sucks because like that's part of the experience for me is, being able to record it. And like, if you guys have watched my vlogs, like, I'm not like the type of person that's going to like try to record stuff to like crap on you or make you look bad or anything like that. Normally, if there's anything unflattering in a vlog, I normally just trim it out when I'm editing, but I understand that that's the reason that they don't want me to record in the Pittsburgh shows. So I I've tried to respect his wishes and not record. So fortunately, I went to a show this weekend, but I really don't have any vlogs to share from it, which kind of sucks. Because just going to Canton, like I was able to get like just about a week's worth of vlogs just by, you know, going and hanging out there. Yeah, sorry, Mama. I probably should say that, especially because I know there's tons of people that are probably new to the game. Todd's asking, are you using a loop magnifying type thing to look at these cards? I do on some of them. These ones right here, I'm basically just doing a little once over. Essentially, once I get through this process, what I'm doing is I'm just getting anything with the naked eye that looks like it's a 9 or higher, and then from there, I'm going to go through. I'm going to clean them up. I do have this. I have a couple cards, like for example, this chrome one right here. It's got some kind of syrup on it, so I'm going to have to use some kind of like liquid substance. Now, being that this is a chromium card, it can withstand little bits of it just to like get that off, but you need to be really careful not to ruin it. So if you guys haven't ever done that with a card before and it's not a chromium like that, like you're probably just better off leaving it sticky or whatever's on there. Well, that's what's up, Mike. Yeah, Mama puts on an interesting jewelry auction, that's for sure. It's a lot of fun. One of the first things I told her whenever I met her, I was like, I don't really like jewelry at all, but I enjoy watching your channel because I enjoy your personality and who you are and the interaction. So that's what's kind of cool. There's a white corner here that you can really connect with somebody and their channel, even if you're not necessarily into that genre. But yeah, should any of you guys ever have questions or anything like that in regards to grading or anything like that, just let me know. Oh, that's awesome, Todd. Yeah, I got to get out there for that. You said May 15th. Let me write that down before I forget again. May 15th. Yeah, I didn't get to go to Hartville last month either, so I definitely would like to go this time. I know how that goes, Mike. That was like one of the big things that really pushed me more so in the cards was dealing with clothing and stuff, because it got to the point where a lot of the stuff I would normally source, like the video games and like the really fun stuff that I love messing with, due to COVID, it was like dried up of like all of the good sourcing holes. So I got like a lot heavier into clothing. And when you do storage units, you get a whole bunch of stuff you don't ever in your life want to deal with. Like I still have more than I ever care to deal with, like sitting in my basement, in my shed, in my van, like all over my house. But man, like niching down to cards has just been, it's been like a breath of fresh air. It's almost like kind of revived me a little bit, because like even when I don't feel like listing stuff on eBay, I still feel like messing with my cards. So it's like one of those things, you know, like even though this was technically like a work related task, like I still enjoy doing it and I can stream it. So we got a Jaylen Brown rookie here with some white corners. So we got a Ben Simmons here. These ones are tough because of the black around the corners. Oh, my bad. I left that up there. You know what? I haven't yet, but I'm going to, because that stuff looks really cool. I was just one of the ads I got on YouTube today. I don't remember whose video I was watching, but it actually brought up a advertisement for that. And I was like, yeah, that looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'll definitely have to go check that one out. A little bit of a nick right there in the edge. Yeah, I think as far as paper, Donruss is very well made. Little weakness down on this corner here. A little nick right there too. That might be a maybe. Let's see what he thinks. Oh yeah, you would probably like that, Mama. Oh, dang, right up here. Look at that. Looks like a ding down at the bottom, too. Dang. 50% corners dinged. Let's count. So he has 24 here. I'm going to shoot him a message and see if I have to look over any more of the cards he has. I have like 3 monster boxes here of his stuff. So I don't know how much more he wants in. Oh yeah, I can give you a lot of good flippers and pickers channels. That's actually like the type of like community I was kind of making videos for before I switched over to sports cards full time due to like all the storage units and stuff I was doing. Some really good ones I'll give you. There's a guy named Joey Bada Bing, 22. He's a mailman full time, but he sells on eBay on the side. You know, I'll grab his link real quick. Everybody I mentioned, I'll grab links for, so that way you guys can check them out if you want. Yeah, I like Joe. He's a cool guy. He does like, oh, you know, he's actually live right now. You know what we should do? Anybody that wants to check, is Joe even live? I see Drew on his channel. What we should do is go over and bum rush his chat. I'm like, yo, it's a Picksburgh invasion. But yeah, so he is a pretty cool channel. He does a lot of like thrifting and stuff like that. Another one I like that if you like Cincinnati Picker, you probably already know him, but Garage Flips / Shed Flips, which is a guy named Lonnie. He has a channel I really enjoy too. So here's Joey's link. But they do a lot of Lonnie does a lot of garage selling videos, stuff like that, and does a lot of like eBay like work videos where he's showing you like the stuff that he bought and sold, that kind of video. Craigslist Hunter is really awesome. He has a shop in Crystal Lake, I want to say Illinois, out by Chicago. I really like Jimmy at Old School Flips. He has a pretty good videos, I should say. He does a lot of toys and video games, which is like the stuff that I really like picking up at like garage sales and thrift stores and stuff. Because like my whole life, I've always collected stuff. If it wasn't cards, it was comic books. If it wasn't comic books, it was video games. If it wasn't video games, it was like toys or something like that. So, you know, anytime I can get my hands on that stuff, you know what I mean? I'm all about it as well. You know, especially like video games. Video games are super, super liquid, just like cards are. Especially if you like know the right kind to get and everything like that. I've always been like a Nintendo fanboy since I grew up in the 80s and 90s and whatnot. So like ton of that stuff like that I grew up that I'm nostalgic for is pretty desirable now. So it's always nice going out game hunting as well. Well, yeah, Mike here, Flipping Goodies. He has a good flipping channel as well. So if you want to check him out as well. But yeah, any of you guys that have suggestions, Hip Flipping Mama, she does a lot of them type videos as well. But yeah, there's a lot of really good people. There's another guy does a lot of vintage stuff. His name's Tim Over the Years, and Hobby Beast who's in here. His channel is called Thrift Beast CQ. Pretty good channel as well. Huddle who's in here. His other channel, the Thrifting Goomba, is pretty good. So there's a lot of really good channels, and I know I probably missed like about 100 different people, but yeah, I just can't think of off the top of my head. Tommy Bernard, I mentioned earlier in the show, he does like a twice a week. It's almost kind of like a Howard Stern show, geared more towards people that buy and sell on eBay type demographic. So he does good stuff too. I know I said I'd give you all the links, but I already forgot half the people I mentioned. But yeah, there are definitely some good channels out there. And that's the cool thing too, is like you don't have to just be niched to cards, because you can, support yourself full time flipping stuff, and if you say you're really big into comic books as well, or you're really big into video games, like there's no reason to niche yourself down so small. There you can definitely get out there and learn a little bit more about stuff. That was kind of how I found the community. Is I was watching like video game hunting videos and stuff like that, and then I ended up finding guys that were selling video games that were selling a bunch of other stuff too, and I was like, oh wow, I never even thought to go to a thrift store and look at used shoes, or clothing, or any of those type of things. But you could go to Goodwill, spend $10 and walk out the door with over $100 worth of profit. Very easy. So, especially if you're at a flea market or a yard sale where people just don't value the stuff they have. My favorite thing is getting like toys or video games that kids just aged out of, that they're like, oh, I don't want this. This is junk. And the parents are like, I just want to declutter my house. So take all of this for like nothing. Those are my favorite type of scenarios to get in. And I'll tell you what, like a lot of the cards I had the past couple of weeks in our auction actually came from one of those scenarios. I bought a collection from a guy because I wanted like a lot of the Cavalier stuff he had. And he just happened to have several binders full of stuff that he just kind of threw in. And a lot of like the Hall of Fame players and stuff I've been pulling for the auctions all came out of the free binders that were like throw-ins, just because he didn't value it. I think Marty wants me to look over a few more of his things. Grab one of his monster boxes real quick, and I'll be back. He has a lot of slabs here too, you guys, like that will be available through the auctions and through the fire sale that we do for him. Like he has a lot of slabs here that are for sale. Like, and these are all slabs that like I haven't even had my hands on yet. Like just for sale. It's crazy. So we're going to look over this stack now. It's the one I believe he wants me to look at. And these, I don't know if these are CSG or not, but they need pre-graded anyway. So I know some of these he was saying he wants to send a PSA. This one I looked over yesterday looked good to me. Red back. Look at that. Contenders rookie card, Derrick Rose and James Harden. Ooh, what is that? Looks almost like the edge of a tape dispenser. I don't know if you can see that in the light. You see that? I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's awesome, dude. How much were the Tysons? So the way that works, art is I charge like I charge $1 like for my fee for grading. The other fee for it would be just the base $8. However, they're upping their prices to $12 as of the 28th. So that's why we're trying to force this one out so quick. I really like this one. This is a Flair Retro. It's supposed to be like the 87 Flair. I think it's sick. But yeah, they do slab them. It would be a CSG slab or whatever company we decide to send to next month. I'm assuming most people are probably going to want to stick with CSG because they get better value. But you also don't need to be over 100 cards with them to get the bulk price. You only need to be at 50. I guess either, Christopher. Like, what would PSA 10 be? Like, what's your like maximum potential? Yeah, this Flair LeBron looks pretty nice. All right. Move these ones up here now. This is one Marty said he didn't think was sendable. Take a look at it though. It's definitely got some corner damages. Definitely got a little wiener dent. See it? Right above the M and the E. Wiener dent. Another little scuff, or what is that? Something sticky. That will probably rub off. I'll use a microfiber. Is that? No. Oh, yeah, it is. It's lifting up a little bit right there. Dinged corner there. You guys had to put a grade number on this card. What would you say it is? My guess is like 7. PSA 7. I don't know how wrong off I'd be on that. Again, like I haven't actually received a CSG back. We've sent them 3 orders, but none of them have even been opened yet. So it's always a little bit harder pre-grading for a company you haven't dealt with yet, like as far as receiving something back. Oh, look at this nasty thing Marty pulled. This was a Ja Morant auto out of this year's Revolution. That code's already redeemed too, just in case anyone was wondering. That's why I showed it. Okay, so this is little OC left to right. This would be like the 88 Flair variant, Kobe Bryant. It's a little left to right on the back as well. Do you think that's good enough to 9? Your opinion, guys? Let me check this corner. Make sure that's not rounded. Yeah, Todd, actually just this Friday was the very first time I got in. I've been trying to get in for a couple months now. And just this Friday I got in for the first time. So I haven't gotten anything back from them yet, but I have finally gotten an order through to them at least. Top to bottom looked all right to me, Chris. It was mainly just the left to right that was kind of off. I don't know if you guys remember this one. This one I probably didn't even need to pull out. I cracked this out of a slab. Definitely looks good. I think this was one of those first graded, like little mini slabs. Yeah, it was a first graded 10, I think. So yeah, that's definitely a good one to resend. That's what's up, Christopher. Yeah, in Pittsburgh, I mean, if basketball wasn't so hot right now, it would be very, very hard for you to find any kind of basketball cards, like locally. Like, I mean, not obviously not like retail stuff. Like, if that was still in stock, then that'd be like one thing. But as far as like singles and stuff like that with other sports, I mean, there's some LCSs that have a very small supply of basketball, even in today's market. One actually looks pretty decent. I mean, there's some whitening down there. I didn't think this was going to look as good as it does. This is a show find from Canton that Marty got. Yeah, for whatever reason, it didn't look as clean as this to me in Canton. Then again, I didn't have like a good light or anything. Yeah, for sure, Chris. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I guess there's a little bit of whitening on this. Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Yep. I like this card over here too that he got. Check that out. He stays with Court King's Heat. It's a level 3. I probably do have some Iverson and Duncan. I'll have to look through my stuff. I just sold a couple graded rookies of Iverson, so I don't have anything graded of him left at this point. I actually might have some of his stuff out still at PSA or whatnot. Sounds good, Mom. I'll probably be here at least through this last stack. Oh, there's the sleeve. Way to go, Anthony. Look at that thing slick too. I already looked at this one though. This was a Canton find as well. This was from Tozie's. For any of you guys from the Canton area, I've already grabbed that one at Tozie's. Same guy I got the Michael Porter Jr. autograph off of. We got that off of. Close to being done at PSA. I don't think. I think most of my orders are in phase 3 at PSA right now, which I think is like, if I'm not mistaken, it is phase 3, like the research phase. I always forget about those two being in that set. Good call, Michael. These cards have been going wild in 10s lately. Even in 9s, they've been doing pretty well. It's Michael Jordan baseballs. Marty's been picking these up like crazy. So we got a little corner issue here. There's a little bit of a nick right there. Oh, well, you guys are seeing that through the camera. Probably a 9. I don't know. 859 most likely. Oh, okay, cool, DJ. That's what I was thinking. I have a lot at PSA right now. I probably have between 100 and 200 cards easy there. So this was definitely dinged right there. Definitely a little OC too. So top and bottom. So between that and the ding, I'm not going to flag it just yet. Yeah, definitely. Definitely can't ignore those old players. That is awesome, Christopher. Definitely on your grind, man. I respect that. Yeah, there's so many deals people don't even know about out at flea markets and yard sales, even at Goodwill. You can get cards at Goodwill. Not to the extent that you probably could have in the past, but even at Goodwill, you can get cards. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you did, man. If you guys decide to do that, let us know, and at least I'll do my part to help you out, Michael. So I think this, from what I've been told of this is a really hard grade, which this card looks so clean. It actually looks pretty clean. Oh, yeah, man. Anytime I can find first-year Prism, I'm always picking it up. I don't have a whole lot of it, I have a few cards. Marty actually just picked up a Prism rookie of Kyrie the other day. I'd say this Magic is probably even a little more OC than that Kobe. Same set, that 88 flare looking. I'm going to set that aside too. It's not as bad on the back as it is on the front. Yeah, that's pretty OC. Yeah, I understand that, Michael. Truth be told, like full transparency, I actually had planned on doing a break once, and I just didn't have enough interest. But then again, I'm not like a breaker, you know what I mean? And that was like before I'd like fully transitioned from like storage units and stuff like that over to like more card content. But yeah, I'm sure, man, like if you were breaking something I collected, I would totally get in on it with you. You know what I mean? Like football, basketball, something like that. So let's see what one's done with this. This is pretty cool. Here's a little vintage three-way Hall of Famer. A little Kareem, Rick Barry, and Bob McAdoo. Actually, no, I should probably pull that over here. So I don't know what one's done with these vintage ones yet. Is there anything like real big you guys are on the hunt for? Yep, absolutely, Christopher. For any of you guys that are new to this channel too, if you don't know, every single Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, myself, Everyday I'm Hustlin, and Gate City Picker, we do a live sports card auction. This Sunday, it'll be on this channel. So you guys are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live with some sick deals. Speaking of Tim Duncan, here's his Topps rookie. It's got a little bit of a nick right on the top there. Other than that, it looks reasonably clean. It's a pinch OC. So between that and this little bit of a nick right there, I don't know if you guys are able to see the nick or not. And not the New York nick. It's a much worse nick. With a Duncan like that, though, you're making money even in an 8. I'd grade that. Speaking of 88 flare, got some real 88 flares here. You know what? I actually think that Magic was a real 88 flare. Yeah, it was. I'm looking at it like it's like one of those Kobe remakes. Here's another real 88 flare. John Stockton rookie card. It's OC left to right. Super clean elsewhere, though. Could theoretically 9. I don't know. It's going to be pretty close, though, because of the off-centering. Which sucks because in this generation, like, everything was off-center. Okay, so let me catch up on some of these things here. 2017 Tatum. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Green Prism is a sick one, too, because it's jersey colored. Set these Stockings aside for now. I think you wanted those for PSA. Some of these I've already looked over. Check this out. 3 gradable Shaq rookies. Those are all pretty good. I've looked over those as well. Pretty sure he's waiting on PSA for those Shaqs. Yeah, I agree, DJ. It's really hard to find well-centered. NBA card inserts. I think they're worth grading if they are old school players. Yeah, I mean, I like the inserts. If it's the right player, I'll pretty much grade just about anything. Like if it's LeBron James and it's in good condition, I'm going to send it in, even if it's like the nastiest looking LeBron James card. Like here's a example. I sent in it was a rookie of LeBron. Like I might have paid $1 for it in a bargain bin. It was from a set of nothing but LeBron rookies. But essentially, I took a card I paid $1 for raw, sent it into GMA, which isn't even a like really prestigious. Like nothing against GMA, they've been great for me. I've tripled up at least on my investment every time I've gone through them. But with that LeBron I sent them, I ended up getting $220 for a card that I paid $1 for. And then I paid, I think, $6 bulk to grade it. And I ended up making $220 on that sale. So like literally $7 invested, made $220. It's like I don't know if we were talking about it here today or if I heard this in somebody else's chat earlier, but I think there's definitely something to be said for lower end cards. Oh, you know what? I did hear this on somebody else's thing. I think they were talking about this over on Skylar's Instagram today. I was listening to that on my way home from lunch. And they were talking about, not ignoring the sets like Hoops, Donruss, or, like any of like the lower end sets, you know what I mean? Like even Chronicles for the most part. Because if, say you use Luka Doncic as like your poster boy for this logic, right? If you say you were getting all of Luka's rookies his rookie year, and you might not have all the prisms, but you might have gotten all of his Chronicles ones. All of those cards are crazy expensive right now too, as is his Hoops, as is his Donruss. You know what I mean? So as far as like investing in cards, they're not going to get like the big bump the major rookies are right off the bat, but they're going to continue to go up the same as the other cards are. And like that's one thing that I try to keep an open mind with is even though like big time investors may not, there's a little bit of a nick right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Even though major investors might not always be interested in like the lower end cards, like average Joe America is looking for that type of stuff on a pretty consistent basis. From what I've noticed is it's almost easier for me to move like the little cards than it is the big cards. Like once they're graded, not saying the big cards are hard to move, but I mean, it's just been a lot easier than I thought it would be to move a lot of the lower end cards. And I think the reason for it being easier is that it just gives more people an opportunity to buy in. Because, for example, like kids, they can't buy big expensive cards without their parents going and buying them. But, they can afford to go and buy, $20 slab or $10 slab or, something like that. Not saying you strive to end up with a slab that's only like $10 or $20, but sometimes you miss something. There's a little bit of whitening here, but this is a numbered James Harden rookie. It's out of 250. A little whitening on this corner right there. Other than that, it looks pretty nice from what I can see. Was that a? Make sure I wipe that off. Might be a little scratch there. Yeah, looks like that is a little scratch. Pull that aside for now. Yeah, 88 Flair was awful for centering. Love that set though. It's such a classic set, at least for me, because it's like nostalgia. Like I grew up on like the 80s and 90s cards, so those like classic type sets, you know, and I start to think of like key rookies from that set. You know, even 88, you figure you got what, Pippen, Miller, Stockton. I know I'm missing Mark Price. Like that should be the first one I think of as a Cavs fan. Rodman, I don't know if I said him yet. He was that year. I think was Isaiah Thomas that year too, or no? I like this Premier Prospects Durant rookie. It kind of reminds me of like the 96, 97 like upper deck set that was like this. This thing just looks good. Sometimes, oh no, that was a ding there. Dang. So that's the only flaw I can see on here is this dinged corner. Greatest Verjao of all time. You know it. Okay, so Isaiah was 87. Thank you. I knew he was like right in that range. I didn't know exactly where. This card's slick. I cracked this out of a slab too. Marty got this from 5-Star Collectibles in Ohio. That was a 5-star 10. Crack that out to send a PSA. I might as well just take all these other ones I cracked out too. Yeah, these have all been looked over. So Kevin Durant, it's McDonald's card. McDonald's Harden. This was the weirdest slab I'd ever cracked. Had like rivets in it. And this Steph. I actually think he bought this raw, but I've already looked this one over. You got to like the BV, book value. Love when people price by Beckett because the card market is so crazy now that if you're going by Beckett, you're not going to be caught up. Oh, I love this card. This is one of my favorite Kobe rookies right here, the Skybox Premium. It's got some whitening up on the corners. I can even see through the case. I can't wait till this next submission, though, because Wednesday, oh, I've already looked at this one, too. This is an Aaron Judge Topps Chrome rookie. We got this out of a bargain bin, and I want to say Tozie's in Canton last month. Hanging Chads. Yeah, that's a good name for it. Never heard of that before. A little Pete Maravich action. Look how off-center that is on the back. Come on now, Panini. Actually, I'm saying come on, Panini, but this is Topps. Somehow it was still Panini's fault before they were even a thing. Oh, this card is sick. We got this out of the Rated Rip show. I think Marty paid like $40 for it. It's like a giant floating Joel Embiid prism head. I think it's out of Spectra, yeah. 1819 Spectra. It was just too cool of a card for him to pass up on. Thick cards like this are really difficult to grade, too. This one doesn't look too bad. Look, it's got like a little mark in the side there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the Grading Authority. I haven't done anything with them yet, and like, I mean, honestly, just the fact that we do YouTube content, it's probably worth, dealing with a company like that. If I were you, DJ, personally, if I had any of those players in 86 Flair, I mean, if you were in the 6 or 7 range, I'd probably still send them. But that's me, just because it would keep them from, going any worse over time. You know what I mean? Print line running right across Jimmy James's nipples there. Yeah, I'd probably send it in. But I mean, again, it just depends on if your plan is to flip it or not, This one I've already looked at too. That thing is sick. It's numbered too, I believe. Yeah, 25. It's nasty. This one I've looked at too. That one's nice. Check out this card. This is one of Marty's favorite cards he owns. It's a LeBron James rookie card in a baseball set. Upper Deck, 2003 for the Indians. This is him throwing out the first pitch his rookie year. Just really awesome card. My favorite raw card that I own. I mean, it's not going to be surprising, but like, hand up to the Lord, it's most likely my Anderson Varejao RPA. I have like an RPA with like a little star patch of his like rookie jersey, and it's autographed and it's numbered. So honestly, sadly, it's probably my favorite raw card I own. I really like the Hoops sweaters as well. So I have several of the Cavaliers Hoop sweaters, like KPJ. I have Okoro. Honestly, that might be the only ones I have. I know I probably have Windler too. I have like every Windler known to man. DJ says, I knew you were going to say Varejao. Yeah, he's just one of my guys. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been a big Varejao fan. Before that, I was a big Ilgauskas guy. Tell you what, he's one of the most underrated big men of all time, in my opinion. Ilgauskas. This card's pretty cool looking. First Bowman, Russell Wilson, Colorado Rockies, rookie card. Well, I guess prospect card. Marty just picked this up at the Rated Rip show we went to as well. Looks like there's some kind of thing on there. If it's a piece of dirt or what. A lot of that can happen from... So you don't want to use your nail. It's like you're prone to want to do that, to scrape that off. But honestly, sometimes it's better to have like a little speck of something on there than like the mark of you trying to dig it off with your nail. So personally, with stuff like that, if I can't get it off with the microfiber, I've just been leaving it, because I've ruined cards worse trying to fix that before. So plus I would have to have verbal consent from Marty to try anything harder than what I just did, since it's his card. He's got a good bit of these too. The Upper Deck Tiger Wood rookie cards. Looks pretty clean. Every time I see this embossed logo, I always think that there's something wrong with the card. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's Upper Deck. Oh, thanks, DJ. Yeah, Big Z was the man. Here's another one of those. I've already looked at this one, though. Pretty nice second-year Magic Johnson card here. Tops. Another couple Flair retros. Here's a Michael Jordan one. His North Carolina uni. Little whitening on this bottom corner there. I really like the retro series. They're just really good looking cards. I'm curious to see like what kind of love they get in the hobby though. Marty is all over that set. Oh, this is his newest retro. Also a rookie card too, which makes it even better. Check this out. Retro Series Rookie Sensation Kawhi Leonard. What's up, COL? Good to see you. Looks like we got bowing up here in that corner. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. See how it grabs the light there, bends up. I hate when that happens. Do I like Goodwin Champions raw or graded? Overall, I'm not a really big fan of Goodwin Champions, but there are some cards that I actually PC from Goodwin Champions. Let me show it to you. Well, that's one of them. I showed that to you already, that Sexton that I got, but the tuxedo ones. Goodwin Champions tuxedo. Just because I have these downstairs. So like this card right here, I have in my PC. Tuxedo Michael Jordan. It's not worth a whole lot. I just think it's really slick looking. I have a bunch of these raw right now, and the idea was to send them to SGC, but I was going to do that when SGC was still like at a $15 rate, just to like have like a really cool little tuxedo slab collection. There's another LeBron one that's super cool that I have. He's like a tuxedo and a Jerry curl. It's just like a weird thing I like to collect. Where's the one I have? But yeah, as far as Goodwin, that's really all that I really collect outside of like players that I PC, like Cavalier stuff. I don't even know where. I don't know if Jerry curl is a good search term. See, no one wants to sell that Jerry curl card. I'll have to find it and show you guys. I have it downstairs in my Cavs PC. Yeah, I guess we're not finding that Jerry curl card today. That thing is sick. That's what's up, man. That is great. I love seeing Okoro do stuff like that. The awesome thing for me is like I was going to collect him anyway just because I collect the Cavs, but I wasn't actually banking on him being good at offense yet this year because coming out of the draft, you know, he was drafted for his defense. So I was expecting, you know, pretty stellar defender and a guy that was going to take a year or two to develop his offensive game. But in my opinion, he's already better than I thought he was going to be offensively at this stage of his career. Not saying that he's like great or he's going to be that guy to give you 20 to 30 a night, but I mean, for what he is in his rookie year, I'm pretty happy with him. So this bird looks pretty clean. It's a little OC left to right. Not as bad as the other ones were, though. That's one thing that I don't like about living in Pittsburgh is I'm close enough to Cleveland that I'm considered in network for the Cleveland Cavaliers, yet we don't get any of their games broadcast here. And if I were to go get the NFL Sunday ticket, or not NFL, the NBA Game Pass or whatever the heck it's called, you still can't watch the Cavs because my buddy Nate every day Im Hustlin has the basketball thing, and you still can't get them because they're blacked out because they're supposed to be local here. So, like, I can't watch literally any Cavs games live. Normally, after the games are over, I can't remember what the YouTube channel is, but there's this one channel that you could literally watch every single basketball game, and literally like 7 to 8 minutes, it shows you every scoring / turnover play. So I normally go do that. Let's see. Let me see what I missed here. A glue player like Marcus Smart, maybe, or KCP. Yeah, definitely. I could definitely see that. I mean, I kind of hope he's like a little bit better than both of them, but yeah, I definitely see what you mean. But I mean, Marcus Smart he's so huge to their success. He doesn't get like any of the shine either. All right, so those are all good. Yeah, definitely. Really the only reason I want more offense when it comes to like Okoro is because I've invested a good bit to him like card wise, and the card market really, really like favors offensive talents. You know, like you could look at some players that have been like star defenders. You know what I mean in the past that just their cards don't get very much love. You know, unless they're like Gobert, for example. Rudy Gobert is one of the best defensive players in the entire NBA, but you know his cards aren't super desirable. When granted, he plays for the Jazz, but so does Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? And they're both all-star caliber players. You know what I mean? Like, granted, Mitchell's like, in my opinion, on the road to superstardom, but you know what I mean? Like guys that don't have that offensive prowess. You know what I mean? Like. Not saying that Gobert's like a trash offensive. Exactly. That's a very good example. Ben Wallace. Big Ben Wallace was a beast, and his cards get zero love. Yeah, that was a perfect example. Definitely. Do I own the 1989 basketball Craig Elo card? You know what? I'm not sure if I do. I'd have to look through my stack, and that's something I'm actually getting ready to do soon. I'm almost through this one binder of cards I have. I want to get my PC, like the non like slabbed autographed, like, you know, thicker stuff, put into a binder, because like I have so many random cards that I just keep collecting, and I probably have like 500, you know, like junk wax era cards of like every single one of them players, because anytime I'm at a yard sale or anywhere that has cards, like I normally will pick out the Cavaliers for myself, you know, buy them all or whatever. But yeah, so as far as the CSG, let me see, show you my stuff I'm gonna send in. Oh, that's auction stuff. This is how I roll too. Like I'm like known around the area being that dude that always carries around a blaster box full of cards to grade. That's what I do. Like every single person, like I have separate blasters for Marty and stuff here, of stuff that I'm grading for him, blasters and stuff I'm grading for myself. Oh yeah, I definitely, man. Oh my god, yeah, that game winner, man, was rough. So I'll show you some of the stuff I'm sending in. Like I don't have like an extreme amount of heat, but I got some decent stuff going in. Big shout out to Marty on these too, because like I said, he hooked me up with this stack of stuff. So I'm sending in a Keldon Johnson Hoops base, DeAndre Hunter Hoops premium stock tribute, XR Tyler Hero, Recon Tyler Hero, sending in a Marquee Tyler Hero, Essentials Tyler Hero. Move that light up so you can see without glare. We got a Jordan Love with the orange parallel. Got a Justin Jefferson from Absolute. Got a hollow Jordan Poole. Got a green emergent DeAndre Hunter. Base Matisse Thybulle out of premium stock. Got an Illusions Tyler Hero. A Hoops, I believe that's the winter parallel of Cole Anthony. Got a Donruss Marvin Bagley. Got a Hoops Sadiq Bey. Donruss DeAndre Hunter. We have a Revolution Patrick Williams. Class of 2020 Maxi. Rated rookie of Jaren Jackson. Got a base prism of DeAndre Hunter. A green rated rookie Cassius Winston. Got a Mike Trout here. Tops. Got a Onyeka Okongwu. Now playing of Killian Hayes. Sabonis rookie card. Got a Vortex here of Devin Booker. Got a Shockwave of Donovan Mitchell. Got an Astro parallel of Donovan Mitchell. Little stars all over it. Got this Jimmy Butler, which is a Groove parallel. Rated rookie of Denny Avdia. Cole Anthony Great Expectations. Cole Anthony Revolution. Colin Sexton Emergent. Another one of these Cole Anthonys from Revolution, only this one is a fractal. There's my Cabrine Hayes. And Colin Sexton out of this year's Revolution that's numbered out of 100. It's a Cosmic, I believe. So, yeah, I'm sending those in for sure. So the entire submission is those plus that. So that's the entire group submission going in. Plus I have a few other cards that are kind of in a holding pattern. So I'm going to have to run it by the guys to see if they're okay with said flaws. If not, we're going to pull them so that they don't waste the money. Oh, thanks, DJ. Mama's back. Yeah, so these are the cards that I'm going to go forward with the actual like pre-grading process at least. And if any of the other guys want stuff that I've put in, then, you know, we'll kind of go from there on that as well. But I at least have the full submission of stuff that is definitely going in ready. So I'm going to start having to input all of these over onto the CSG website, which is actually a lot more user-friendly than I thought it would be. So that's always good. But I am going to get ready to go ahead and wrap up this live since it's about 10 o'clock. And I got to start doing data entry for this. So you guys don't want to see me sitting here typing for like the next 3 hours. But I definitely appreciate you guys keeping me company for this. And I should have a vlog tomorrow, probably from Canton, because I have enough footage left for like one more video. So I'll probably use the last of my Canton footage for tomorrow. So if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up for me. And we will have a video every single day. So I definitely appreciate you guys coming along for the ride for me. Hey, DJ, thank you for being here, man. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait to see what we get, man. We definitely got some good stuff going in and coming back. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate you being here as well. Mama, everyone else that's here, God bless you, and we'll see you later.